Hey everybody, we're back in the shop. I took on a new project. We have a dining room table we bought a few years back from a company that I won't mention, and the finish on the top of it was awful. You could put a coffee cup on there and turn it, and it would scratch the clear coat. I put up with that for a lot of years. Would do some touch up on it. Just wasn't really happy with the finish. So this Friday morning, grabbed the table, brought it down here to the shop, and started sanding. Used and I know some woodworkers are going to cringe, using an orbital sander. I started with a 120 grit and busted down through the clear coat finish, got down to where I thought it would be. There was enough stain left that I could clear coat it, and started looking at it, and I just wasn't happy with the color. My wife wasn't happy with the color, so decided to just keep going. So took off the finish, went from the 120 down to a 220, down to a 320, and then I steel wooled all of it. Um, One thing I found out during this whole process, a vacuum alone attached to the sander was not enough. I need some sort of dust collection system, which I've been on looking online and watching a lot of YouTube videos, and there's one that I'm going to build as soon as I'm done with this project that is going to be real quick and easy, so we can keep the dust down to a minimum. Every time I'm done sanding, the place looked like a bomb went off in here. So what I did was I set up just a real basic. I took my box fan and just opened up both the doors and had that fired up, and that sucked out a lot. I actually did a pretty decent job, but what really kind of sent the message home is I went up to the house Friday afternoon and I sneezed into a white towel, or not a towel, but a paper towel, and it was pink. So I knew what that was. I was just inhaling a lot of dust. So respirator, got one of those. Check. We got to keep my lungs in good shape. So been working on that. The next thing we're going to do is stain it, and then I bought two different types of polyurethane. I bought the wipe-on type. It's a Minwax product, which I've used them in the past, and I liked it. And then they had the spray on. I don't know if I'm going to do the spray on. I think I'm going to try the wipe on and see how it works. So once I get that on there, I want something that's going to be durable. We sit at the table a fair bit, and it's not something we use every day. It's just the two of us. But I'd like to be able to put a coffee cup on there or something like that, and not worried about it scratching the surface. So I'll post another video after I'm done doing the staining. The other thing that I have figured out during this process is I need to work on shop organization. It's a 10 by 20 utility building that I'm using. I like it just because it keeps everything in arm's reach. That becomes a new meaning when you have more equipment. I just added I bought a scroll saw. A couple weeks ago I bought that table saw, the rigid. I don't know if you can see it in there. It's the contractor's version, so it folds up, which is really nice. I like the saw. What I really like about it has a lifetime warranty. I think they call it lifetime. Yeah, it's a lifetime warranty. Anyways, so been messing with that quite a bit, learning how to use that, and it's been a lot of fun. So like I said, I added a scroll saw. Brought my air compressor down here. I also have a belt and disc sander that I've got. Just adding a little bit. So what I'm going to start doing is building carts to house some of the stuff, but also give me a workstation. I bought this metal cart at a restore, and what I did was I attached a wood surface to it. I just used cheap plywood. I'm going to go ahead and probably get a piece of MDS. That's a lot flatter, so it'll give me a better, more true work surface. And then underneath there, I don't know if you can see it, I've got some stuff stored. I've got a chain sharpener. I've got a Sawzall type. I got a bench grinder, miter box saw, two skill saws. And then on the wall, I'm hanging stuff up. And that's the other thing. I want to insulate the shop a little bit. It's not bad today. I think it's about 50 degrees, but those days when it's in the 20s, I've just got a little propane heater that struggles to keep up. So anytime you open the door, it's starting from ground zero. So that's where we're at. Any ideas or suggestions, I'd really appreciate them. My workbench right now is in quite a state of disarray. You can see where everything, I've got the pegboard and a lot of stuff hung up on that, but still could use some improvement. So it's a work in progress. Like I say, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and I don't feel too bad because there's a lot of guys out there with small, a small shop. But a lot of them are a lot more organized. There's one guy that I started watching here recently, and it's kind of like crack. I'm addicted. The guy's name is Jimmy DeRista. He's got his own site, and then I think he does Make on YouTube, and then there's another one called Core. Now, I don't know if that's him, but they show a lot of his videos. The smart thing that Jimmy does is he brands everything. So if you try to steal his video, which I don't recommend, he spray paints all his tools and then stencils his name on it. So good for him. I think it's a great idea. But man, that guy is a genius. So picking up a lot of tips from him. Also been watching Woodworking for Mere Mortals. I think the guy's name is Steve Ramsey, if I'm not mistaken. If I screwed that up, sorry about that. April Wilkinson, a lot of stuff that she's got is pretty neat. Projects that they build. So the bad side of watching those videos, they have all the cool tools. And so I told my wife I wouldn't go nuts on buying tools because we only have a 10 by 20, but one of the things that I may do is blow out that wall and add to it. Either that or just build a bigger shop. So we'll see. But so that's where we are. I'll keep you updated on this one. So have a great day. Any tips, suggestion, comments, I welcome them. Please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We're going to do more of these. Like I said, I'm learning this stuff. So if you have any constructive criticism, don't call me an asshole. Well, you can if you want, it doesn't matter. But any constructive criticism would be great. Like I said, this is a learning process, so look forward to it. And we'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe. We're Carolina Country Farm. Thanks.